Lyndsey Scragg, future Women's World Champion. Thank you for talking to Big in Age Magazine. Lyndsey, can we just start by saying why boxing?
I did kickboxing years and years ago. I just started as a hobby. I soon found out that I weren't very good at kicking. I was just a better puncher. And then at the gym that I was at the time, I felt just wasn't quite providing me with what I needed. I needed a little bit more educating. And a gym called Firewalker had just recently opened in the area. So I joined up there after looking around and meeting some people there, some coaches and trainers, and it seemed...
Is that especially Joe?
Yeah, especially Joe plays in a boxing trainer there. So I quickly joined up, started doing a boxing class, thoroughly enjoyed it, and before long I was told that I was quite good at boxing. So then I started amateur boxing.
How old were you when you started amateur boxing?
I was early 20s, like 23, 24.
So you didn't start really young and started later in life?
Not at all, no. So, and to be honest with you, it would have been nice to have started at a younger age, but women's boxing at that point hadn't really advanced. Now, 2010, it's really starting to pick up, and it is the fastest growing sport for females in this country at the moment, amateur boxing.
So did you have a problem getting fights when you first started? Did you want to fight straight away?
Oh, I was raring to fight. After training in boxing for so long and preparing myself for the ring, I just couldn't wait to get in the ring and actually perform. And actually, I lost my first fight. I lost the first round, and then I went out in the second round, guns blazing. The nerves got to the first round. Second round, I went out and thought, this is it, this is my moment. But in amateur boxing, there's only 3 rounds, and if you don't quickly deliver, you don't win the fight.
So you felt that amateur boxing was never quite long enough for you, and you wanted longer rounds?
Yeah, amateur boxing, they're only 3 or 4 rounds. Pro boxing, you get to box over a longer period, and you get to wear your opponent's down with body shots. In amateur boxing, it's very much point scoring to the head, not so many body shots counted. So that's why I quickly took up pro boxing and advanced, in that sport quite quickly, and then got a title shot over in Canada.
Was that against Yelena?
Yeah, that's right.
Was it a close fight?
It was very, very close fight. I mean, I'd only had 7 fights. Literally flew across the Atlantic, boxing for the WBC world title. What better title to box for? What better belt to box for?
Good experience.
An amazing experience. And I boxed out of my skin. It was totally amazing. The feeling was unbelievable, and it was a very close fight. I was very unlucky, but I was also very lucky to be able to give that opportunity so early in my career. So I came back to Britain and continued to work hard.
So you had a successful career with the BBC, as Joe was already hinted on once today. And
yeah.
You gave all that up for the chance to be world champion.
I did. I went to university and did electronic media there and did quite well. And then I managed to get a job at the old Pebble Mill, and I worked on a daytime drama there with doctors, and thoroughly loved it. But it had to be a life, and I'd taken a boxing. It was a little bit. Well, it was a drug. I just couldn't get enough of it. I wanted to learn more, progress more, and before long, I just decided to change my career and do something that I still thoroughly enjoy, but at the same time be able to train.
You got to fight Angel off Big Brother, and that fight came about after she came off the Channel 4 TV show.
That's right, yeah. I'd had about 8 or 9 fights at that point, and had become an established female boxer in Britain. And so really, Angel had been given a high profile on Big Brother, and she wanted to challenge me for a fight over 8 rounds, and we said yeah, of course, no problem. And it was, as a pro, it was the first time I'd faced a southpaw as well, so it was an interest fight for me. She's very much.
She's very popular, isn't she?
Yeah, of course, yeah. She was high profile. There was a lot of hype about it. There was talk of some of the Big Brother contestants coming to the Wolverhampton Civic to watch the show. So it had raised a big crowd came to the Civic to watch. I actually didn't box that well myself that night, but I knew that in my mind I was kind of preparing for the next fight. I'd been told, win this fight against Angel, you're going to be boxing for the WBA in America. So for me, I kind of I'd sort of fixated my mind on that challenge really, whereas I should have focused on the job in hand. on that night.
So you fought Elena for the title, and then you got another shot against Malpatida in America.
That's right.
She's an amazingly fit girl, isn't she? Tall girl.
Pure athlete. I mean, not to just to stop you there. I in between that point of winning losing the WBC only after 7 fights, we then put on a title ourselves at the GBC, the Global Boxing Council title, super feather, where I boxed Christine Shergold over 10 rounds. So I'd established myself as a world champion there, and then and from that then I was able to get a couple of more wins under my belt for a bit of confidence, keep the rounds up, and then we got given this shot with Kina Malpatida, a very good, strong athlete from Peru, but based in California, and it was an amazing show. Literally, we topped the bill. There was thousands there. It was for a female boxer. It was making serious headways. You know, there was a lot of people there, a lot of interest, and it was a cracking fight.
You put it down as well.
I put it down with a sweet left hook in the 6th round. And I was very pleased with the way I boxed that night. Defensively, I was very much improved. I did a lot of good movement. Did quite a lot of good countering, but just wasn't as offensive enough. So what we did was come back from America, reassess the whole situation, and start back from basics. If I'm to compete with the best females in the world, which I know I'm more than capable of, and it's been proven that we need to iron out a few little things and cover every, leave no stone unturned, and be able to box anybody with any style, any height, and any strength. And our team, we will try and be as strong as we possibly can, as fit as we possibly can, and be able to push forwards. And whether it be across the Atlantic or the other side of the world, we'll go there and we'll win. That's what I'm here to do.
So Erin McGowan then next.
Yeah, Erin McGowan, watch out. I'm coming for you.
Have you trained any differently for this fight?
Yeah, totally. Usually for boxing, I did a lot of training in Wednesbury for my previous fights under my manager, Errol Johnson. This time we trained a little bit different, more one-to-one, every day, coaching by Jeremy Clayton from Firewalker. We've literally pushed the boundaries. We haven't just trained for this fight for 10 and 12 weeks. I've trained for this fight for the whole of this year. Since I came back from America, really.
Do you know much about Erin McGowan?
Yeah, we've seen lots of footage of her. She's a strong girl. She has a good amateur background. She's about 30 fights as an amateur. She's well established in Australia. Tall girl, strong girl, and a good all-rounder. Not so experienced within the pro game. The people that she's boxed against have not been of so much of a high calibre, but she has never been pressurised in the ring. Me being a pressure fighter and being able to put the pressure on for the whole round, and being fit enough to do so, we wanted to make sure we were strong. I was strong enough to do that, and be able to push it back with strength, and like I say, cover every angle. We seriously. I wouldn't be travelling to Australia if I didn't believe that I could win this fight. No way on earth.
So you see this as the culmination of all the years of training, from giving up the job at the BBC to one of the higher profile fights, rising up the ladder. So this is the high point of your career so far?
This is the pinnacle of my career. This is everything. This is every session, every hour, every sit-up, every punch. Everything I've done over the last few years, for me, this is it now. I was given an opportunity at a very early stage. I was inexperienced. Last year I learned a massive amount from boxing Kina Malpatida. She was an excellent athlete, and for me now I'm at the stage where this is it. I left a well-paid job at this university. I've got a lot of experience behind me now, and that is all on my side for this fight. And I feel sure that I'm going there to rock it. And we're doing the business this time. We seriously are.
I believe you this time. I've seen you train. You look very, very impressive.
Yeah, Erin McGowan, watch out.
And would you have any advice for anybody else, any other women in the position you were in, who want to try and make a go of it? What would you say to them?
For women that want to progress in boxing, get yourself firstly at a good gym. You want to establish a good jab, and you want to be with a good coach to do that. So come to Firewalk then, Wolverhampton. Now, I consider myself as a role model in women's boxing, and I've really established myself within Britain. But there are also some very good amateurs. So you have amateur boxing and pro boxing, and you can decide which one you want to do. Pro boxing is good for me.
Has it been hard for you being a woman? Have you felt being a woman as a disadvantage at all?
I wish males took my boxing career as seriously as what I take my career. And the biggest person that's done that so far in my boxing career is Joby Clayton. I wish that more top promoters in Britain would give women the opportunity to show that they have some good skills out there. I'm not saying women are ever going to be as strong as men, but technically, you can't. I've seen some real not so good boxers. I've seen some not so good female boxers as well, but I've also seen some very good female boxers, and it just would be nice to be given a chance really, just to show that women can box and they can box well. I've
seen you train. You train as hard as any man on that. Do you feel a difference in the inequality about the wages paid to men for women as well? If it was a men's world title fight, you'd be earning a lot more money.
Not really. Pro boxing is, I would say, 5% of pro boxers earn a large wage.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I'm boxing for the WBO world title.
Exactly as well.
That's a big title. If you had a male boxing for the WBO world title, it would be a different story. But on a regional level, if you want just local boxing, then pro boxing isn't really a career as such. You do need. It's very hard to give it everything.
Do you see it as a career now?
I'm a professional. That's what I am. I'm a professional to my boxing. Obviously, I've got a career as a firefighter as well, and I'm a professional with that. So, it is my job. It's my career. That's what I do here. I come to the gym. I train extremely hard. I'm dedicated outside of the ring. It isn't just when you're in the gym. It's when you're at home. It's when you're sleeping. It's when you're resting. It's a culmination of everything.
The fire service good with you boxing?
Of course, they're backing me 100%.
Okay, I'm glad to know that. So you'd eventually like to move into boxing full time, and that would be your career, I take it, eventually?
What I would like is female boxing to progress and get bigger and get stronger, and women be given chances. It would be amazing for me to go over to Australia, win this title, and come back and be given recognition. That's what I'm after. That's what I'm hungry for more than anything now. At this moment in time in my career, at this stage of women boxing in this country, I'm not going to earn a big salary from boxing. It'd be great if some promoter came along and did that for me. But what I'm after is some recognition from a top promoter, from people that
Do you feel you've had? That was going to be my next question. Do you feel you've had the recognition up to this point? You obviously feel maybe not for the profile of fighter that you are.
I got some recognition last year, 2009. I got given a special award by the British Boxing Board of Control, and I went along, and it was great to be recognised by some of the committee there, and that felt like a real special night for me. I had the likes of Carl Fox there, Frank Gavin. There was some top promoters there, and also some excellent boxers, and it was great to be mixing with the likes of those boxers. I got some recognition last year. I would like some more recognition. Yes, soon.
And we'll do our best to give it out, I'm sure you will. Lyndsey, I'm sure you're going to do brilliantly in Australia, and we'd just like to take this opportunity to wish you all the best and to say for everyone at Firewalker and the Bleeding Edge, mate. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.